Have you asked yourself, maybe as a Christian, if you should participate in Halloween? Well, stay through this whole episode, and I mean the whole episode, for some fresh perspective.
Some fresh, clear, well-seasoned perspective.
All right, so let's mix it up a little bit. We're going to be doing something different. Today we're going to be listening to this video, and it's from this ex-Satanist who he's now a Christian. Uh, I made a short video of this a long time ago of him changing to Christianity, but he was a Satanist for like 5 years, and so he gives some insight into Halloween for a Satanist and someone who leans that way. So that's what we're going to be listening to today. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone you know. And yeah, let's get on to it.
Is that so many people have no idea, the significance of Halloween and what it means to celebrate Halloween. And I think it's also largely due to it has become part of popular culture without many people really thinking about what it represents. And I think what's even more concerning is that there's even Christians who are celebrating Halloween. Now, there's so many things to say here, but I think an important thing to say to start with is that Anton LaVey, who was the original founder of the Church of Satan in the States in the late 60s, he had a very well-known quote where he said, "It makes him so happy to see that Christians are allowing their children to celebrate the devil one night of the year." And what we are doing, if we are celebrating Halloween as Christians, you are actually having a one-night stand with the devil. That's a simple way to put that. But everything about Halloween and what it represents, and it's all about death. So first and foremost in that context, but if we take it to the satanic context and why it's such an important day on the satanic calendar, and also the fact that it is the day of the year where there's the most human sacrifice around the planet, and quite often in or during Halloween, All Hallows Eve that evening, is also when people climb the ranks in the occult and in Satanism by practicing and by doing certain things. So we have an atmosphere, a spiritual atmosphere of the celebration of death and the revels of death. And we know that the enemy came to kill, steal, and destroy. And the devil has never changed his modus operandi.
Well, let's just be clear. Like, A, if I think if Satanists see this as a win for them, I don't think Christians should participate in that. I think that's some dangerous water right there. And so we should we should not participate in that because that's something they see as, oh, we're getting in on the Christians or whoever they're attacking, and that's something that they want to celebrate. And so yeah, we should not participate in that. And sacrifices, bro, sounds like he's been a part of them. I don't know this guy, that I don't know anything about this guy, but seemed like he has some experience with that. But let's continue.
As the word teaches us. But we can definitely see that in the last few years, it's like the enemy is roaring more loudly. And it is because people have become despondent, people have been desensitized through the media and through various things about the occult and the realities of Satanism and things that's going around in the world globally. Therefore, a very easy way to desensitize children to things like death and demons and gargoyles and you name it is something like Halloween. And then furthermore, if we think of a neighborhood or an area where there is a few homes that is celebrating Halloween, that whole perimeter becomes a satanic ritual by definition. So it is like a hot spot for demonic activity, and um, you are opening doors to the dark side of the spirit world.
So if you didn't catch that, that was him saying like if you put up the decorations for Halloween, like the skeletons, the blow ups, all that stuff, that's inviting something. Now I could see how you'd be like, like these look harmless, but like you're celebrating the Day of the Dead, which is, and then you put these things around your home, and it's coming from a Satanist. I mean, I'd take his word for it. All this stuff they see and they're like, yeah, that's we're getting them because they're participating in this activity, and they're doing things that they don't know what the meaning is. And yeah, they're yeah, let's continue.
When you are doing those things and engaging in those celebrations.
I have so many questions.
All right, that's I hey, look, like yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's pretty wild. I'd say since, he's been there, done that. He is in that type of was in that type of world. He would know. And so if you don't know this guy, you should look him up. He does more videos like this, and they're like um it's all like things that Satanists will try to do, or the devil will try to do, to get at people. Like I listened to one, and it was like he was talking about how children will go out and they will Satanists will try to like manipulate children through their little, like, I don't know what they call them, omens or whatever, spells. I don't, whatever it is. I'm not into that, but he will they'll try to manipulate children, and parents who prayed over their children cannot be touched because they pray over them every morning. And so he was talking about like Satanists will try when kids are going to school, and they'll try to manipulate them. But there was just these kids, this certain group of kids who could not be touched because there was a something protecting them, and they saw it as, they figured it out that prayers were being put over these children to protect them. So I think, you know, there's some, and the first thing that you think of when you think of Halloween, what is it? Mine, I think of witches. That's what I think of when I think of Halloween. And then I think of candy and trick or treating and everything like that. But I think through all this, if the first thing that comes to my mind, at least me, is witches, then, it's not something I should be participating in. It's not glorifying to God at all. And so I should just stay away from it for me. And that's my argument for this, whether you should if you should participate or not. But let's continue the video.
It doesn't stop at, it's as simple as a home gets decorated with skeletons and there's candy that's handed out to children, and people think, it's innocent and dress up in costumes, but the true meaning behind it is to disguise yourself in a certain way to attract certain demons and to sweeten.
Remember, this guy spent 4 years, I mean, no, 5 years, 5 years in this Satanist cult thing. And he's saying dressing up is a way to attract certain demons. If that's how you want either your children to, be preyed upon by these demonic things, or if it's yourself and you're going out, if you're trying to put yourself in that situation, then I mean, you can do it all you want. But I think as a Christian, we should not be participating in that to invite demonic things into our lives. So
Situation up for children. That's why there's candy. So people don't really think about the deeper meaning of these things. And I'm also very sad to say that 80% of Christians don't actually have discernment. Because if you have discernment, and if you listen to the voice of the Holy Spirit, you will not partake in these things.
All right, I think we take from other people's experiences, and this guy has obviously been through some stuff and knows what this side feels whenever we participate in this holiday. Uh, like I said earlier, the first thing I think of when I think of Halloween is witches and, stuff like that. So tell me if you think these things are okay to walk around and let your children see and participate in. And these are the type of things that I'm talking about for, he says you dress up and you're inviting certain demons, and these are these types of costumes and everything. It's all about blood, death, gore, what can scare me the most, and these are all things that I don't think are pleasing to God. And I have a verse. Um, it is from Ephesians 5, verse 11 through 14, which says, "Take no part in unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them, for it is shameful even to speak of things that they do in secret. But when anything is exposed by the light, it becomes visible, for anything that becomes visible is light." So after watching that video, I am convinced that I should not participate in Halloween. If you're not convinced, or if you are convinced, or if you just have any comments to share, put them in the comments. I'd love to talk about it. So just to end this video, I want to ask a question. What is when is the point where you say I'm not going to participate in this because the Lord wouldn't want me to participate in it? Is it after you see all the gore, after you see all the death, after you see all the death symbols at everyone's house? After you hear enough testimonies from people who, experience all this stuff in a different uh, viewpoint, uh just what is your limit for, following what God would want you to do? Also remember, ask yourself, would Jesus participate in this holiday? um these are all questions you should answer before you decide that you should continue doing Halloween. I'm not saying you have to stop doing Halloween. You can do whatever you want. But I hope you took anything from this video or episode. And this is just an extra video on top of my Sunday episode that I'm going to release. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you like, share, and subscribe. And if you're on podcast, I hope you continue listening to more episodes. So, yep. See you soon.